Welcome, movie lovers, to another adventure of Real Talk. I am your host, Josh Bell, and today we're going to begin our dive into the quirky films of Wes Anderson. First up is the crime-infused charm of his debut masterpiece, Bottle Rocket. Get ready for a wild ride as we dissect the plot, explore the aesthetics that set the Andersonian stage, groove to the whimsical notes of the score, and unravel the thematic layers that make Bottle Rocket more than just a heist gone awry. But that's not all, folks. We're spotlighting the talented cast and crew who brought this indie gem to life, acknowledging its unique charm while addressing its humble beginnings and occasional quirks. And of course, no Real Talk episode is complete without some trivia spice. Did you know Bottle Rocket started as a short film? We'll be dashing out these tasty nuggets and more, so stick around as we candidly discuss the film's shortcomings, offering a balanced perspective on its journey from a low-budget indie flick to a cult classic. Grab your popcorn, settle into your favorite spot, and join us on this episode through the whimsical world of Bottle Rocket. The reels are rolling, and the adventure begins now. All right, movie enthusiasts, let's dive into this caper-filled world of Bottle Rocket. Our story kicks off with Anthony and Dignan, two friends with a penchant for mischief and a grand vision of becoming master criminals. The plot takes an unexpected turn when Anthony, fresh out of a mental institution, reunites with Dignan, and they embark on a series of small-time heists. From robbing bookstores to swindling their way into posh hotels, their criminal endeavors are more comical than cunning. The duo is soon joined by Bob Mapplethorpe, Anthony's more pragmatic and reluctant friend. Together, they set their sights on a bigger target, a supposed crime lord claimed by James Caan. However, their grand heist plans quickly spiral into chaos, leading to unexpected alliances and betrayals. As the trio navigates the criminal underworld, the film weaves a tale of friendship, loyalty, and the pursuit of an elusive American dream. Bottle Rocket isn't your typical heist movie. It's a character-driven comedy that explores the quirks and complexities of its endearing cast. The narrative takes us on a roller coaster ride of laughs, mishaps, and moments of genuine connection. As we follow the trio's escapades, we witness the evolution of their relationship and the realization that perhaps their dreams were a bit grander than reality could accommodate. The film's climax brings a mix of absurdity and poignancy as Anthony and Dignan find themselves at a crossroads. Themes of identity, purpose, and the pursuit of happiness take center stage, making the film more than just a heist comedy. It's a heartfelt exploration of friendship and the search for meaning. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour through the complete plot of Bottle Rocket. Stick around as we delve into the visual aesthetics that make this gem shine. The reels keep rolling on Real. Now let's shift our focus to the visual tapestry that makes Bottle Rocket a distinctive piece of cinema. Wes Anderson, in his directorial debut, already showcases the whimsical aesthetic flair that would become synonymous with his later works. The film's aesthetics are marked by Anderson's keen attention to detail and his unique approach to framing and composition. From the symmetrical shots to the vibrant color palette, every frame feels like a carefully crafted tableau. One of the standout features is Anderson's use of color to evoke emotion and highlight character dynamics. The muted pastels create a sense of nostalgia, transporting us to a world that feels both familiar and slightly off-kilter. It's a visual language that speaks volumes without uttering a word. The film's setting, with its mix of suburban landscapes and offbeat hideouts, adds to the overall aesthetic charm. Anderson transforms seemingly ordinary locations into visually striking backdrops, infusing each scene with a touch of the extraordinary. The director's signature symmetry is on full display, bringing a sense of order to the chaotic world of our aspiring criminals. Every shot is meticulously composed work of art, inviting the audience to appreciate the visual balance that defines Anderson's cinematic style. Costume design plays a role in enhancing the film's aesthetics. The characters' distinctive wardrobes reflect their personalities and quirks, adding another layer to the visual narrative. It's these small details that contribute to the immersive experience of Bottle Rocket. And there's our glimpse into the visual wonders of Bottle Rocket. Stay tuned as we continue our exploration, diving into the captivating score that accompanies this quirky journey. Now we'll take a look at the melodic wonders of the Bottle Rocket score composed by Mark Mothersbaugh. The music of this film adds a whimsical layer to the narrative, enhancing the overall cinematic experience. Mothersbaugh's score is a delightful blend of playfulness and sincerity, perfectly capturing the essence of our offbeat protagonists. The main theme, in particular, becomes a musical motif that threads its way through the film, creating a sonic identity for our aspiring criminals. The score's use of various instruments, including strings and synthesizers, contributes to the eclectic and retro feel. It's a musical journey that mirrors the characters' quirky personalities and the unconventional nature of their adventures. My favorite part of the score is the way it complements the comedic elements. The whimsical tunes underscore the humor without overshadowing the narrative, creating a harmonious balance between laughter and storytelling. The emotional depth of the film is also elevated by the score's ability to evoke a range of feelings. From lighthearted moments of camaraderie to more introspective scenes, the music becomes a guiding force, enhancing the audience's connection to the characters. Mothersbaugh's score not only enhances the film's individual scenes, but also contributes to its overall narrative cohesion. The music becomes a storytelling tool, weaving its way through the plot and creating a musical journey that parallels the characters' own adventures. Allowing us to immerse ourselves in the sonic landscape of the film, it becomes clear that the score is not just an accompaniment, but an integral part of Bottle Rocket's identity. Next up, we are going to jump into our cinematic exploration with a discussion of the thematic elements, the complete cast and crew, and more. All right, film enthusiasts, let's dive into that thematic elements that make Bottle Rocket. The film, though a debut for director Wes Anderson, already showcases some of the recurring themes that we'll notice as we continue this journey into his other films. At its core, Bottle Rocket is a story about friendship and the pursuit of meaning in an often absurd world. The central characters of Anthony and Dignan embark on a quirky and somewhat misguided criminal adventure, not for material gain, but as a way to break free from the monotony of their lives. The theme of escapism resonates throughout the film. Anthony and Dignan, each in their own way, are trying to escape the banality of their everyday existence, whether it's through Dignan's grandiose criminal plans or Anthony's romantic pursuit of Inez. Their actions reflect a desire for something more, something beyond the ordinary. Another thematic thread is the exploration of identity and self-discovery. Anthony, our narrator, is at a crossroads in his life, questioning his purpose and direction. As he gets entangled in Dignan's schemes, he's forced to confront his own motivations and aspirations. The film also introduces the theme of nonconformity. Dignan, with his elaborate plans and peculiar worldview, refuses to adhere to social norms. His character challenges the conventional paths laid out for individuals, embodying the spirit of rebellion against the mundane. Bottle Rocket also provides a glimpse into the complex world of human relationships. The camaraderie between Anthony and Dignan, as well as their interactions with the other characters like Bob and Inez, highlights the nuances of friendship and love. The film portrays these connections with a mix of humor, sincerity, and that ever-present touch of absurdity. Wes Anderson's visual style, though in its infancy here, already contributes to the thematic richness of the film. The symmetry, attention to detail, and unique framing serve as visual metaphors for the order and chaos present in our characters' lives. As we reflect on the thematic elements, it becomes clear that Bottle Rocket is not just a comedic heist film, it's a reflection on the human condition. The characters, though flawed and eccentric, mirror our own desires for purpose, connection, and a dash of adventure. That'll conclude our discussion on the themes. Stay tuned and we'll dive into the cast and crew, the film's shortcomings, a little trivia, and finally, our rating. Next up is the talent that brought this ensemble film to life. This begins with Wes Anderson and his directorial debut, and then the rest of the cast and the crew that play a pivotal role in shaping the film's unique charm. The film stars Owen Wilson as Dignan, Luke Wilson as Anthony, and Robert Musgrave as Bob Mapplethorpe. Owen and Luke Wilson, longtime friends of Wes Anderson, deliver performances that set the tone for the quirky and endearing characters we've come to associate with Anderson's films. Owen's portrayal of Dignan is a standout. His infectious enthusiasm and peculiar charisma make him a character that's both comical and oddly relatable. Luke Wilson as Anthony provides the perfect foil, balancing Dignan's exuberance with a more introspective and grounded demeanor. Robert Musgrave as Bob adds another layer to the dynamic. His deadpan delivery and subtle reactions contribute to the film's humor, creating a trio of characters whose chemistry is a testament to both the writing and the actors' performances. The collaboration between Wes Anderson and Owen Wilson extends beyond the actor-director. Wilson co-wrote the screenplay with Anderson. This partnership laid the foundation for the distinctive dialogue and narrative style that would become a hallmark of Anderson's later works. Cinematographer Robert D. Yeoman, in his first collaboration with Anderson, captures the offbeat energy of the characters and the distinct visual style that would become synonymous with the director. The film's use of wide shots, tracking shots, and Anderson's signature symmetry all make their early appearances here. As we mentioned before, the music composed by Mark Mothersbaugh adds another layer to the film's atmosphere. The score, being a mix of whimsical and melancholic tones, complements the on-screen antics and enhances the emotional beats of the narrative. Mothersbaugh's work in Bottle Rocket marks the beginning of a recurring collaboration with Wes Anderson. The collaborative efforts of the entire crew, from the production design by David Wasco to the editing by David Moritz, contributes to the film's distinct visual and narrative coherence. Bottle Rocket may be a debut, but the talent involved foreshadows the creative synergy that would define Anderson's future projects. As we explored the cast and crew's contributions, it becomes evident that this film laid the groundwork for a unique cinematic voice that Wes Anderson would develop in his later works. It's truly amazing what ground he laid here for what we get to see today. Now, as we all know, every film has its nuances, and Bottle Rocket is no exception. Let's take a look at some of the shortcomings, but remember that this film marked his directorial debut, and while it laid the foundation for his distinctive style, it reveals some, shall we say, teething issues. One aspect that stands out is the film's pacing. At times, Bottle Rocket can feel a bit meandering, with scenes that linger longer than necessary. The narrative pacing, especially in that first half, may test the patience of viewers who are accustomed to a more refined tempo of Anderson's later films. Another point of critique is the film's budget constraints, which are noticeable in certain production aspects. While the DIY aesthetic adds charm to the film, there are instances where the limited resources are apparent. This is particularly evident in some of the action sequences, where the constraints of an indie production are more pronounced. The character development, while offering glimpses into the eccentricities of Dignan, Anthony, and Bob, might leave some viewers wanting more depth. Given the film's modest runtime, the narrative prioritizes the central heist plot over delving into the characters' backgrounds, leaving certain aspects open to interpretation. For some, the humor can be another point of contention. Wes Anderson's films are by and large celebrated for their wit and dry humor. Now, Bottle Rocket might not resonate with everyone. Some jokes may feel more restrained and less refined compared to the comedic mastery Anderson would later exhibit in films like The Grand Budapest Hotel. And lastly, the film's reception upon its initial release was lukewarm. Despite gaining a cult following over the years, Bottle Rocket didn't achieve commercial success, and reviews were mixed. It's interesting to see how the film's perceived shortcomings in its early days stand in contrast to its eventual influence on independent cinema. As we reflect on these nuances, it's essential to remember that this is a debut film. The quirks and imperfections contribute to the raw authenticity of a filmmaker finding his voice. We'll be right back with a look at some trivia. Let's jump right in with a fun fact about the cast. Luke Wilson, who plays Anthony, was not a professional actor when he took on the role. In fact, his brother Owen, one of the film's co-writers and stars, suggested him for the part. This marked the beginning of Luke Wilson's successful acting career. The character of Dignan, played by Owen Wilson, is loosely based on a real person. Owen and Luke's older brother, Andrew, served as the inspiration for the eccentric personality. It's always intriguing to discover the personal connections and inspirations behind the characters we see on screen. Now let's talk locations. The film was shot in and around Dallas, Texas on a modest budget. One interesting tidbit is that the motel where Anthony and Dignan hide out after the bookstore heist is the same motel where President John F. Kennedy's assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, was captured. It's a historical twist of fate that adds a layer of unexpected trivia to the film's production. The soundtrack of Bottle Rocket is another noteworthy aspect. The film features a mix of popular songs and a score composed by Mark Mothersbaugh. Interesting, the song 2000 Man by the Rolling Stones, which plays a prominent role in the film, was specifically requested by Wes Anderson to be included in the soundtrack. Now, a piece of trivia that connects Bottle Rocket to Wes Anderson's later works. Kumar Pallana, who plays the groundskeeper Mr. Henry in Bottle Rocket, became a recurring actor in Anderson's films. He appears in subsequent works like Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, and The Darjeeling Limited. As we unravel these trivia nuggets, it adds that extra layer to Bottle Rocket to give us a collaborative creativity, the unique stories of the world of cinema, and a better understanding of what was going on. And I just think they're a lot of fun. We'll be right back to close out this episode. All right, that brings us to the end of this journey through Bottle Rocket here on Real Talk. We dove into the plot intricacies, marveled at the aesthetics, explored the score, and dissected the thematic elements that make this Wes Anderson gem shine. To sum it up, Bottle Rocket is a testament to the collaborative genius of Wes Anderson and Owen Wilson. It's a blend of humor, quirky characters, and unique storytelling that sets the stage for a distinctive style that would define Wes Anderson's future works. The aesthetics, from its modest yet deliberate set designs to the carefully chosen color palette, create a visual experience that complements the narrative's offbeat charm. Mark Mothersbaugh's score, with its eclectic mix and emotional resonance, elevates the film to a level where music becomes an integral part of the storytelling. Thematically, Bottle Rocket explores a journey of self-discovery, friendship, and the pursuit of unconventional dreams. The cast, led by Luke and Owen Wilson, delivers performances that breathe life into these characters that are both endearing and very eccentric. Of course, no film is without its shortcomings, and while the cult status is well-deserved, the pacing is a bit leisurely and the plot a little meandering for some. However, these nuances in their own way contribute to the film's unique charm. Before we wrap up, let's not forget the trivia that adds a layer to the experience. From the humble beginnings as a short film to the personal inspirations behind the characters, each little bit of trivia enhances our appreciation for the creative process. So where does Bottle Rocket land on our Real Talk rating scale? Well, we're giving it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a testament to the film's enduring appeal and its significance in Wes Anderson's cinematic journey. As we close this chapter, remember you can reach out to us at therealrealtalk@gmail.com, on Twitter at RealRealTalkPod, and on Instagram at RealRealTalk. We love hearing from our listeners, so share your thoughts, suggestions, and even your favorite Wes Anderson moments. Join us next time as we continue our Wes Anderson series with the exploration of the film Rushmore. Until then, keep watching, keep loving, and keep those reels rolling.